Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. Take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a general read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Okay? All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. Tarot is a tool, it is not the final rule, okay? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. Hi. Today I have the divination board out today, and then we're going to tap into the tarot. We're going to do a one question, ask, and answer. But before we do so, first we're going to do 2 deep breaths. One in through the nose, and breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're going to hold for 3 seconds. So first I would like for you to take your time and think of a question that you would like to ask. Okay, now hold that question in mind and let's breathe in. Release. Breathe in. Release. Okay, I'll begin the divination. Okay, collective. The consistency that I have is February, October, Z, 1, Saturday, Tuesday, and yes. February, October, the letter Z, 1, Saturday, Tuesday, and a yes. So take those answers into account according to the question that you asked. Okay. And now we're going to tap into some tarot here. Hope you all are doing wonderful, feeling great. Okay, what does the collective need to know? Okay, for our highest good, what is it that the collective needs to know for our highest good? Okay. Okay, is there anything else they need to know? Anything else they need to know? Okay. All right. Beautiful. 1 second. Beautiful. Okay. 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 Wow. Wow. First card that we have here, collective, is unexpected and all of the sudden. So there could be something that could catch you off guard. There could be something that could catch you off guard that maybe you have not been wanting to deal with. This could be some kind of addiction. This could be a habit. And when I say addiction, we're not just speaking of the pharmacy kind. Addiction, it can be an addiction to shopping, maybe an addiction to engaging in gossip. This could be an addiction to, I don't know, maybe not being on time. It could be a lot of things. So put the reading where it resonates for you. But there's an unexpected event that's going to happen, possibly some kind of event that's going to lead to a renewal for you, collective. Okay, it's going to lead to a renewal. So this unexpected event is not something to be feared. Spirit is saying that it's going to lead you and pivot you in a direction of renewal. And so this is not something to be afraid of. This is not something for you to clutch your pearls about. This is something that that is taking place in your life, and it needs to be addressed. And so when we are ignoring certain things, things will occur. You know, our spirit guides and source will allow things to occur to get our attention, or to actually, sometimes place people in our path to be a catalyst to make sure that certain things take place in order for action to be taken on your behalf. The next card we have here is addiction. It says unhealthy attachment. And so, as I said, this addiction could be an unhealthy attachment to anything, a person, place, or thing. It could be an addiction to shopping, shopping online, not being able to manage your money wisely. It could be maybe an addiction to not going to bed on time. It could be anything. Okay. Maybe it's addiction, like I said, to gossip. Maybe you're telling yourself, I want to stop gossiping. When people try to get me talk, I'm going to stop. And maybe that's something you've been working on. Okay. Maybe it's an addiction. Maybe you need to declutter. Maybe you need to cleanse your space, your home, your car. Source wants you more organized. Okay. The more organized you are, in your life, it will open up other opportunities for you. Sort of like, what feng shui is about. You don't have to partake into that, but if you want to on your own time, you can do some research. And feng shui clearly explains how energy is able to flow in your life, in your home, when certain things are arranged in the proper way. Okay. And so you could need to be more neat, more orderly in your home, in your car, in your life. This could be in a physical sense. This also can be in an emotional or spiritual sense. Okay. All right. Spirit wants to lead you to having more clarity in your life, wants to lead you to being able to move forward in life and without having so many moments of stumbling where you're pausing because you're unaware of what direction to take. And so there could be a need for order in someone's life in many ways, male or female. Okay. It is time for you to surrender and have more freedom. And so, we hope and we ask for things, but very few are willing to do the work. When you talk about healing and prospering in life or working on thyself, very few are interested. People are more interested in catty topics. Topics about someone being maybe jealous of them or someone from their past. Who wants them back, who they know was unhealthy, probably was a cheater, and just not for them. People are less likely to want to hear about topics of healing themselves and moving forward. There's a small portion and a group, here on the planet Earth who does not mind hearing constructive criticism. They don't take it personal or internalize any messages of upliftment. Okay, but it's time for freedom and it's time to surrender. And so it's different for everyone. So put this reading where it resonates for you. There is something that you are dealing with that you need to surrender. You need to worry no more. Spirit wants you not to continue to worry and pressure yourself about this situation, this idea, this way of being and existing. It's time to surrender and for you to have a life of freedom, meaning having more happiness in your life, collective, more stability in your life. And so, in order to have the things that we hope for, pray for, wish for, petition, and we work towards, we have to apply ourselves, right? Work. We have to apply ourselves. We have to put in the work in order to accomplish it. Nothing is going to just fall in your lap, and it takes time, and the more you apply yourself, the momentum will eventually get you to your goal. You will be able to conquer your dreams, your desires, and your aspirations. So, yes, nothing's going to just drop into your lap, and no one's going to pull you by the hand and say, come on, collective, all that you wanted is here. We're here to give it to you, and we require no work. It's just not reality. It's just not the truth. And it doesn't matter. You have to be willing to apply yourself and put in the work and not throw in the towel. The goal is whenever you have something that you desire is to not give up, to not grow frustrated. It's okay to take a break and pause and rejuvenate, recalibrate your energy, but not throw in the towel, not give up on yourself. And so Spirit wants you to live a life of freedom. I'm picking up energy on someone who's very anxious. They're constantly worrying, maybe worrying about how they're going to navigate in life, maybe about paying bills, having enough. Maybe you're worried about your future. Source wants you to stay present so that you're able to enjoy and that you don't miss out on all the great, beautiful bliss that is in the present. Spirit is saying it's okay to plan for the present, but don't be hyper focused so much where you end up missing out on all the bliss that is presently around you, inside and outside of you, and waiting for you to, acknowledge it, and therefore you'll be able to partake in it. And that's where your freedom will come in when you choose to surrender. Okay. All right. And so the next card we have here is Divine Feminine, okay? And so it's time for you to take a closer look, male or female. Both masculine and feminine energies reside in every human. And so it's time for you to take a look, a closer look at yourself and make sure that you are balanced, that you are well balanced. Finding a way, once again, to recalibrate your energy, living a life of freedom, surrendering what does not serve you, allowing particular people, places, and things to fall to the side, allowing people to leave your life, not being the one to, if you haven't seen, maybe a toxic friend, calling them or trying to chase them down and where have you been? Why haven't you called me? No, that friend is supposed to fall to the side. They're supposed to go MIA. It's written in the stars. That person was put in your life for a moment. That's for someone out there, okay? At the end of the day, collective, it's all about you having a strong and sturdy foundation and living this life of freedom, okay? Constantly surrender what is out of your control so that you'll have freedom and that you'll have a strong, sturdy, healthy foundation. Whether this foundation is in your home, okay? A home that is full of love, not a lot of fighting, not a lot of bitterness and resentment, but a home that is saturated in love. Nobody's life is perfect. That is not what I'm saying, but a home that has love in it. A home where the people inside of it knows how to communicate with each other effectively, okay? There's not a bunch of, fueling and quarreling going on constantly, okay? Every now and then you may have a spat, but if you're in a home, a living situation, or relationship where there's constant conflict and toxicity, that is something that is unhealthy. And you can choose to stay if you want, but it will deplete you and take away from your lifespan as well. And so, when I mention lifespan, that's very critical and important, and it should be important to you as well. It's all about you having peace. Once again, this reading is conveying for you to give yourself peace. And you do not have to wait for anyone to give it to you. Spirit is saying that we all are. As I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. We all are fully capable and able to give ourselves peace. Peace in life, peace in our heart, and peace in our minds, a peace of mind. If you don't have peace, collective, you have nothing at all. There are many people who are millionaires and billionaires and they have no peace. And they will tell you that they live a life of constant ruckus and upheaval. They will tell you exactly what I'm saying. If you don't have peace, you have nothing at all. It will deplete you. It will take away from your lifespan. Having peace is very important, okay? Being able to surrender what does not serve you and what's out of your control is very important. Being able to stand still, when there's a storm brewing, being able to stand still and trust and know that it's working for your highest good is very important, okay? Being able to acknowledge that there's an addiction to something that maybe you need to work on is very important. It's all about you and it's all about your peace and your foundation. And Source is clearly saying in this read, you are in full control and you can give this to yourself. You can gift this to yourself. This concludes my read, and I trust and hope it assists you for your highest good. Later.